The stars above Earth looked peaceful that night, but something new moved among them. A huge silver ship, shaped like a crescent moon, floated into the solar system. It came from far away, from a place humans had never seen before. This ship belonged to the Oloran, an alien race known across the galaxy for their power and pride. The Oloran were tall creatures with 6 eyes and smooth blue skin. They believed they were better than all other species. Their leader, Vikal, sent a message to Earth. The message was not a threat, but it was not friendly either. It said, "We come in peace, but we want to test you." The United Nations quickly chose a group to meet the Oloran. Commander Laura Bennett was chosen to lead the mission. She was smart, calm, and had seen many dangerous situations before. Along with her came Eric Holt, a young biologist who studied life on other planets. Dana Brooks, a strong former Marine, also joined them. Dana had scars on her arms from battles, but she never talked about them. The humans were taken to the Oloran mothership. It was larger than any human-made ship. Its walls were shiny, and the air smelled strange, like metal and flowers. Inside, many other aliens from different planets watched the humans. They whispered and laughed. Most had never seen a human before. Vikal welcomed the humans with a smile, but his words were full of pride. "We will show you our strength," he said. "You may learn something." The humans nodded politely. Laura spoke clearly. "We are here to learn and share." The next day, the Oloran began a series of tests. They called them trials of endurance. These trials were made to show how strong and tough a species was. The first test was a long run through a low-gravity zone. The Oloran ran fast and long without getting tired. When Donna and Laura tried, they moved slower and breathed heavily. The aliens laughed. "Humans are weak," one of them said. "Look how they struggle." In the next trial, the humans had to face strong electric shocks while holding metal bars. Most species dropped the bars quickly. The Oloran held on the longest. When it was Dana's turn, she screamed in pain and dropped the bar. Her hand burned. The aliens laughed again. Eric wrote notes. He saw that the trials were not fair. The tests were made for bodies like the Oloran, not for humans. Still, he kept quiet and kept watching. He noticed something strange. Dana's hand, which had turned red and blistered, was slowly getting better. Later that night, Eric looked at Dana's hand again. The skin was almost healed. "That was fast," he said. "It looked worse before." Dana looked surprised. "Maybe I'm just lucky," she said. "Or maybe it's something else." The next day, the last trial began. It was a combat test. Dana had to fight against a strong Oloran guard. The Oloran hit hard. Dana fought back, but she was slower. One heavy punch knocked her down. Blood ran from her mouth. The aliens laughed again. Laura shouted, "This is enough. She's hurt." Vikal waved his hand. The fight stopped. Dana was taken to a resting room. She lay there, quiet but breathing. The Oloran thought she would need long healing time. But after a few hours, something strange happened. The cuts on Dana's face closed. Her bruises faded. She sat up, confused. Eric watched her carefully. "You're healing faster than normal," he said. Dana touched her arm. "I feel better already." Eric whispered, more to himself than to her, "Maybe humans aren't as weak as they think." Back in the main hall, Vikal heard the news. He frowned. No other species healed that fast. He began to wonder, what else were the humans hiding? The other aliens stopped laughing. They watched the humans with new eyes. Maybe this small, soft-skinned species was not so simple after all. The next day on the Oloran mothership began with more tests. The aliens were proud of their strength and wanted to prove they were better. They believed humans were soft and weak. Vikal, the Oloran leader, said, "Today, you will see what real endurance looks like." Commander Laura, Eric, and Dana stood side by side. Dana looked tired but calm. She had healed quickly after the last test, But she had not forgotten the pain. Eric kept his eyes on her, curious and worried. The first test was a freezing chamber. It was cold enough to turn water to ice in seconds. The Olorin went in without a problem. Their skin turned pale, but they showed no pain. Then it was Dana's turn. She walked into the chamber and sat down on the cold floor. Her breath turned white in the air. Minutes passed. Dana's fingers turned red, then blue. Her teeth began to shake. She held her arms close to her body and closed her eyes. The other aliens watched and waited for her to give up. But Dana did not move. After 10 minutes, the door opened. She stood up slowly and walked out. Her legs shook, but she was still standing. Eric ran to her and gave her a warm blanket. "That was crazy," he said. "You should be frozen." Dana gave a small smile. "Felt like I was," she said. In the next trial, they had to run across a sharp metal floor. The Olorin had tough feet and ran across easily. When Dana stepped onto the floor, it cut into her skin. Blood dripped behind her. Laura shouted, "You don't have to do this." Dana looked back. "Yes, I do." Step by step, she crossed the floor. Her face was tight with pain, but she did not stop. At the end, she fell into Eric's arms. He looked down. Her feet were badly cut, but the bleeding had slowed. He blinked. "They're closing already. Your wounds, they're healing again." Dana shook her head, surprised. "I don't understand." "Neither do I," Eric said, "but something is happening." Later that evening, Eric studied Dana's blood under a small lab kit he had brought from Earth. He frowned. Her cells were moving fast, fixing broken tissue much quicker than normal. He had read about rare people on Earth who healed fast, but this was different. Laura joined him. "Is she okay?" "More than okay," Eric said. "Her body is changing. It's adapting. The more damage she takes, the faster she heals." Laura was silent for a moment. Then she said, "That's going to scare them." And it did. Word spread quickly among the Olorin. Their pride turned to confusion. No other species healed this way. Some began to fear Dana. Others thought it was a trick. One alien said, "No creature should survive such wounds." Vikal called a secret meeting. "We must study this human," he said. "Her body holds secrets." Some of the Olorin wanted to capture Dana and test her. Others were unsure. "If they all have this power," one said, "we should be careful." That night, Dana woke to a noise in the hallway. She opened her door and saw 2 Olorin guards standing outside. They looked surprised to see her awake. "We need you to come with us," one said. "Why?" Dana asked. "Medical exam," the guard answered. But Dana saw their hands near their weapons. She stepped back and slammed the door shut. Laura and Eric woke up. Dana explained quickly. "They want to take me." "We have to leave," Laura said. "Now." They moved fast through the ship's lower levels, hiding from the guards. Dana limped, still weak from the tests. But she kept moving. Eric helped guide them, using his map of the ship. They found a dark storage room and locked the door behind them. Dana sat down, breathing hard. "They think I'm a monster." Laura put a hand on her shoulder. "No, they're just scared." Eric looked at her and said softly, "Maybe they should be." In the dark, they waited. The Olorin had stopped laughing. Something had changed. Inside the dark storage room, Dana sat against the wall, her eyes half closed. Eric checked her foot again. The deep cuts from the sharp metal floor were almost gone. The skin looked pink and fresh, like it had never been hurt. He could not believe what he was seeing. "This isn't normal," he whispered. "This is something new." Laura stood by the door, listening for footsteps. "What do you mean new?" "Dana's body is healing faster than anything I've seen. Even faster than top human recovery cases. It's like her body knows how to fix itself in seconds." Dana opened her eyes. "So I'm a science project now." Eric gave a small smile. You're more than that. You might be the next step in human evolution." Dana didn't reply. She looked down at her hands. They were strong. Not just strong from training, but from something deeper, something hidden inside her. On the other side of the ship, Vakel was not happy. Reports from the guards said the humans had escaped. He slammed his hand on the table. "How did this happen?" "The female heals like no other species," one of the scientists said. "We believe she has some kind of internal repair system." Vakel narrowed his eyes. "Then we must find her." In the storage room, Laura used a small comlink to contact Earth. The message was short. Mission update. Human subject showing fast healing. Possible genetic breakthrough. Need extraction. Hours passed. Dana rested, and her body continued to recover. She felt stronger with each breath. Eric couldn't stop looking at her. "This isn't just healing. This is regeneration. I think your body is learning how to fix itself faster each time." Dana raised an eyebrow. "So, I get hurt, I heal faster. Then I get hurt again, I heal even faster." "Exactly," Eric said. "It's like your cells remember the injury. They don't just fix, they improve." Laura looked at both of them. "What if this isn't just Dana? What if other humans have it too, but it's hidden?" Eric nodded. "That's possible. Maybe it needs to be triggered, like a switch. Trauma, stress, maybe even fear. Dana's been through a lot." Dana gave a small laugh. "You think pain made me better? That's kind of messed up." Suddenly, the lights flickered. A loud alarm echoed through the hallway. The Oloran had found them. "Move," Laura shouted. She opened the door and led them through the dark corridor. Eric grabbed his bag and followed. Dana, now moving without a limp, ran behind them. The ship was a maze. Pipes, wires, and glowing walls filled the space. They turned corner after corner, trying to stay ahead of the guards. Blasters fired behind them, but the humans kept moving. They found a small control room and locked the door. Eric quickly used a terminal to pull up a map. "There's a launch bay 2 levels down. If we get there, maybe we can send another signal or find a ship." Dana stood by the door, watching it shake under pressure. "They're coming." Laura looked at Eric. "We don't have much time." Suddenly, a loud sound filled the ship. Another alien voice, not Oloran, came through the speakers. "This is the Yavari ship. We received your signal. Prepare for transport." Laura's eyes widened. Someone heard us. But the door burst open. Oloran guards rushed in. Dana jumped forward. She moved faster than before, grabbing one guard and throwing him into the wall. A second guard fired a blast. Dana was hit in the side, but she didn't fall. She stayed on her feet, breathing hard. Laura and Eric fought too, using everything they had. After a short but rough fight, the guards were down. Dana looked at her side. The wound was already closing. "It doesn't even hurt anymore," she said. Eric stared at her. "This is not just healing. This is evolution happening in real time." They looked at each other. No one spoke, but they all knew something big had changed. The galaxy had seen humans as weak, but now that view was beginning to shift. The halls of the Oloran ship were quiet now. Dana, Laura, and Eric hid inside an old supply room deep below the main level. The lights in the room were dim. A single red lamp flickered above them. Dana sat on a metal box, breathing slowly. Her shirt was torn where the blaster had hit her, but the wound was gone. New skin had grown over it. She felt stronger, like something inside her had woken up. Eric checked his scanner. "There are no guards nearby. I think we're safe for now." Laura leaned against the wall. She looked tired. "We need a new plan. We can't keep running." Dana stood up. "They want to catch me, so let's make them chase the wrong person." Eric raised an eyebrow. "You mean a trick?" "Yes," Dana said. "I'll go one way. You go another. If they follow me, you two can reach the launch bay." "No," Laura said. "We stick together. We're a team. We don't have a choice, Dana said. They're afraid of me. Let's use that. Eric didn't like the idea, but he knew Dana was right. Her healing powers scared the Oloran. Maybe they would chase her and ignore the others. Laura finally nodded. Okay, but be careful. Dana smiled. I don't plan on dying today. She ran off down one hallway, while Laura and Eric moved the other way. Soon, the alarm sounded again. Guards ran toward Dana's path. The plan was working. Dana led the guards through the ship's core. Pipes hissed around her. Lights blinked red. She dodged blasts and jumped over wires. One guard caught up and hit her with a stun rod. She fell hard. But then something strange happened. Her muscles tensed, and in seconds, she was back on her feet. The guard stepped back, eyes wide. Dana grabbed the rod and pushed the guard away. Not today, she said. Meanwhile, Eric and Laura reached a control panel near the launch bay. Eric typed fast. I'm opening the doors. If the HFY ship is still out there, they can dock. And if they're not? Laura asked. Then we find another way, Eric said. Back in the core, Dana kept moving. She was hurt again, this time a deep cut on her arm, but it closed as she ran. She felt her body changing more with each wound. Her heartbeat was strong. Her lungs took in air with ease. She felt like a different person. Then she stopped. She had reached a dead end. The guards closed in. Stop, one of them shouted. You are a danger to this ship. Dana raised her hands. I don't want to fight, but I will if I have to. They moved closer. She looked around and saw a vent above her. With one jump, she grabbed the edge and pulled herself up. A blast hit her leg, but she kept climbing. In the vent, she crawled until she reached a small window. She looked down and saw Laura and Eric in the launch bay. The bay doors opened. A bright light filled the room. The HFY ship had returned. It was small but fast, shaped like a bird. Laura waved. Dana banged on the vent cover. Eric saw her and shouted, She's above us. Guards ran in behind them. A fight started. Laura grabbed a pipe and swung it at a guard. Eric used a tool to block a strike. Dana kicked out the vent cover and dropped down, landing hard. Her leg hurt, but it healed before she stood. Together, the three humans fought off the last guards and ran onto the HFY ship. The doors closed, and the ship lifted off. From above, Dana looked back at the Oloran ship. They won't forget this. Laura nodded. Good. Let them remember. Eric stared at Dana. The galaxy just saw what we are, and what we're becoming. The stars stretched outside the window as the HFY ship jumped to light speed. For the first time, the humans felt like they had the upper hand. The HFY ship flew fast through deep space. Its engines hummed like a soft wind. Inside, Dana sat by a small window, looking at the stars. She felt calm, but also confused. Her body was quiet now. No pain, no burning, no cuts. Everything had healed. Laura came over and sat beside her. How do you feel? Dana took a deep breath. Different. Strong. I don't even feel tired. Eric joined them, holding a tablet. I scanned your cells again. Your body is changing every hour. It's not just healing now. It's rebuilding itself to be better. Dana looked at him. Better how? Your muscles are stronger. Your bones are denser. Your cells move faster. Even your eyes see more light. You're becoming something new. Dana stayed quiet. She didn't know if this was good or bad. All she knew was that she didn't feel like the same person who had stepped onto the Oloran ship. The captain of the HFY ship, a tall alien named Narration, walked into the room. He had 4 arms and smooth blue skin. We are almost at a safe station, Narration said. You will be able to rest there. Laura nodded. Thank you for helping us. We didn't expect anyone to answer. We were close when the message came, Narration said. And we heard what happened. You hurt the Oleran's pride. That takes courage. Dana stood. They were going to take me apart. Narration looked at her with interest. Your kind is not known for power, but maybe that is changing. As the ship approached the station, Dana looked out. The station was huge, floating near a dead moon. Ships of many kinds were docked there. The lights from the station made the whole area glow. They docked and walked through the main hall. People of all shapes and sizes moved around them. Some stared at Dana. News of her healing had spread fast. Whispers followed them. That's her. The human who heals. Impossible. They reached a small room where they could rest. Dana sat on a bed, but she didn't feel like sleeping. Later that day, a scientist named Callum from a peaceful race called the Drava came to speak with them. Callum was thin, with soft green skin and kind eyes. I have studied many species, Callum said, but I have never seen anything like you. Dana frowned. So I'm a freak. No, Callum said quickly. You are special. What you have might be the future of your people. Eric leaned forward. Can we test her in a safe way? No pain, no harm, just learning. Callum smiled. Of course. Over the next few days, Dana gave blood, walked on machines, and answered many questions. She learned more about herself. She could survive cold, heat, even low air. Her body fixed itself fast. Her mind was sharp, and her reaction time was quicker. Laura watched her friend grow stronger each day. You're not just healing, she said. You're evolving. But not everyone was happy. News spread beyond the station. Some alien groups feared what Dana could become. Others wanted her power for themselves. A shadow was growing. One night, Dana walked alone on the viewing deck. She looked at a planet far away. She felt both alone and powerful. She didn't ask for this change, but now she carried it. Eric joined her. You okay? I don't know, Dana said. Everyone looks at me like I'm something new, like I'm not human anymore. Eric touched her shoulder. You're still you. But maybe you're also something more. Dana looked up at the stars. They used to laugh at us. Now they're watching. Waiting. Eric nodded. Let them watch. They don't know what humans can become. In the quiet of space, Dana made a silent promise. Whatever this new power meant, she would use it to protect her people. Not to destroy, but to lead. Even if the galaxy wasn't ready. Dana stood in front of the large screen inside the station. A map of nearby systems glowed in soft blue light. Next to her, Eric scrolled through reports from different parts of the galaxy. Trouble is growing, he said. Some alien leaders want answers. Others want you. Dana crossed her arms. I didn't ask for any of this. I know, Eric replied. But now it's bigger than just you. They see you as a symbol. Laura entered the room. We have a problem. A bounty has been placed on Dana. Someone wants her captured, not dead. That means they want to study her, or worse. Who put out the bounty? Dana asked. It's not clear, Laura said, but a few names came up. One of them is an Oleran general. He wants revenge. Dana nodded slowly. Then we bring the fight to him. Eric looked surprised. What are you saying? I'm tired of running, Dana said. If they want to see what I can do, then I'll show them. Laura smiled. That's the Dana I know. They met with Narration, the Yavari captain. We need your help, Dana told him. We need to find the Oleran base where this general hides. Narration thought for a moment. That's dangerous. But I know someone who might help. Later, a small cloaked ship arrived at the station. From it stepped a short, quiet alien named Breck. He had deep orange skin and sharp eyes. You want to find General Soren, Breck said. I can take you close, but no farther. His base is in a forbidden zone. Even the strong fear it. Then we'll go alone from there, Dana said. The journey took a day. The ship moved in silence through empty space. Dana stared out the window most of the time. She didn't feel fear anymore. Her body had changed, but her heart was still human. They reached the edge of the forbidden zone. Strange lights flashed in the distance. The air inside the ship felt cold. "This is where I stop," Breck said. "If you go in, you're on your own." "Understood," Dana said. Laura, Eric, and Dana boarded a small dropship. They flew straight toward the strange lights. The ship shook, but they held on. They landed on a rocky surface. The sky above was dark red. Sharp towers rose from the ground. It looked like a place built for war. "We move fast," Laura said. In and out. They entered the nearest tower. It was empty at first. Then the alarms began. Olaran guards appeared from every side. Dana moved fast, faster than ever. She knocked one down with a single punch. Her strength was more than human now. Blasts hit her, but she kept going. The wounds closed within seconds. Eric and Laura fought beside her. They had trained for this. They knew Dana was their key. They reached the command center. Inside was General Soren. He stood tall with silver armor and cold eyes. "So," he said, "the human who cannot die." "I'm still human," Dana said, "but you should be afraid of what's coming." Soren raised a weapon. Dana rushed forward. They fought hard. She was fast, but he was skilled. He cut her arm, but the skin closed quickly. "Impossible," he said. Dana punched him back. "This is what fear looks like." He tried to fire again, but Laura shot the weapon from his hand. Eric pressed a button and copied all data from the command center. "Let's go," Laura shouted. They ran back through the tower as more guards came. Dana stayed behind to hold them off. "Go," she yelled. Laura stopped. "We don't leave you." But Dana was already fighting. One against many. Blasts lit the room. Then everything went quiet. Minutes later, Dana appeared outside the tower. Her clothes were torn, but she was alive. She had beaten them all. "You didn't think I'd let you have all the fun," she said, smiling. They left the planet with proof. The galaxy would now see that humans could not be controlled. Not anymore. The Yaveri ship flew through calm space again, but things had changed. Dana stood in the command room, watching stars move past the windows. She was stronger now, not just in her body, but also in her mind. She had seen what fear looked like and had faced it. Now she was ready for what came next. Kellum, the Drava scientist, had joined them. He brought news from the outer systems. More species are talking about the human who cannot die. Some are curious. Some are afraid. Dana looked at him. "Let them be afraid. Maybe it will stop them from hurting others. Or it will make them come after you harder," Callum said. Laura stepped in. "Then we don't wait for them to strike. We build. We protect." The group had a new goal. They would return to Earth. Not to hide, but to share what they learned. Earth had stayed quiet in the galaxy for too long. Now was the time to speak. When the Yaveri ship entered Earth space, they saw new ships flying near the planet. The human fleet had grown. Earth had been watching and preparing. Dana smiled. A call came in from Earth Command. A man named Leo appeared on screen. He wore a dark uniform and had a calm voice. "We've been expecting you," he said. "We received your data. What you did was brave. And what you are, it changes everything." "I'm still human," Dana said, "but I think I can help in a new way." Earth Command welcomed them home. The ship landed in a quiet area, away from the cities. Scientists, doctors, and leaders came to see Dana. She showed them what she could do. She answered questions, shared tests, and told her story. Some were amazed, others were scared. But no one looked at humans the same way anymore. News of Dana's return spread fast. Across the stars, species watched Earth. Some offered peace, some warned of war. But one thing was clear: humans were not weak. 1 week later, a meeting was held in a large space station above Earth. Leaders from over 50 species came. Dana sat at the center. An Oleran leader spoke first. He looked tired, his pride broken. Your people have changed. You now have something we do not understand. Dana looked at him. We have always had something you didn't see. You just laughed at us too early. The hall was silent. Then, one by one, others spoke. Some offered friendship. Some asked questions. One even asked for help. Dana answered each with patience. She did not show anger or pride. She showed strength in calm words and kind eyes. After the meeting, she walked back to her room with Laura and Eric. That was big, Eric said. You spoke for all of us. I hope I did it right, Dana said. I don't want war. I want them to know we're not to be taken lightly. Laura nodded. They know now. You didn't just heal. You led. That night, Dana stood outside under the stars. Earth was peaceful, for now, but she knew it wouldn't last forever. There would be new threats, new fears. But humans had faced worse. She closed her eyes and listened to the wind. Her body was quiet, calm, powerful. She had been changed, but not broken. From this moment on, the galaxy would remember Earth, not for its weapons, not for its size, but for the girl who healed and kept standing. Dana smiled. She didn't need to be a hero. She just had to be ready. And she was. Far away, in another part of the galaxy, a group of beings watched a screen. Dana's face appeared on it. One of them spoke. This is just the beginning. And they were right, because humans had awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same again.